Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day we rewrite the rules of your life. Imagine this, you're at the edge of a cliff, and on the other side is everything you've ever wanted. But there's no bridge, just a leap of faith. What stops most people? Fear. What makes them soar? Hunger. That insatiable drive to live a life without limits. I'm here to tell you that hunger is your superpower. The hunger to grow, to give, and to make your life an extraordinary masterpiece. But here's the truth, hunger alone is not enough. Without action, hunger is just an empty promise. Today, I'm going to show you how to stay hungry and, more importantly, how to take the kind of action that will transform your life forever. By the end of this, you won't just feel motivated, you'll be equipped to take charge of your destiny. Hunger is the essence of transformation. It's the invisible force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. When we talk about hunger, we're not talking about a fleeting desire or a passing wish. True hunger is visceral. It's the relentless fire within that says, I will not stop until I make this happen. It's the deep-rooted need to grow, to thrive, and to elevate yourself beyond the limits that life or others may have tried to impose on you. Think about this, every great achievement in history, every revolutionary idea, and every extraordinary breakthrough was fueled by someone who was hungry for something more. Hunger is what pushes you out of bed in the morning when you'd rather sleep in. It's what keeps you working on your dream when the odds are stacked against you. It's the refusal to settle, to accept mediocrity, or to let life dictate your story. The beauty of hunger is that it's not tied to your current circumstances. It doesn't matter where you come from, how much money you have, or what resources you lack. Hunger doesn't care about your background, it only cares about your drive. Some of the most successful people in the world started with nothing but hunger. They didn't wait for the perfect opportunity or ideal conditions, they created them. Why? Because they were starving for success, and they turned that starvation into unstoppable energy. Hunger isn't something you're born with, it's something you cultivate. It grows when you allow yourself to dream bigger than your fears, to envision a life so extraordinary that you can't help but chase it. Hunger is born from the belief that there is more out there for you and that you are capable of achieving it. If you don't feel hungry right now, it's because you haven't fed your mind the right things. You've allowed doubt, fear, or the comfort of routine to dull your edge. But here's the good news, you can reignite that hunger starting today. The question is, how badly do you want it? Because hunger demands sacrifice. It requires you to let go of excuses and comfort zones. It means choosing discipline over distraction, growth over stagnation, and persistence over quitting. When you're truly hungry, no obstacle can stop you. Challenges become opportunities to prove your resilience. Failures become lessons that fuel your determination. Hunger isn't intimidated by setbacks, it's strengthened by them. Here's the secret, the hungrier you are, the more creative, resourceful, and unstoppable you become. Hunger forces you to think outside the box, to tap into strengths you didn't know you had, and to push beyond limits you once thought were insurmountable. It transforms you into someone who doesn't just wish for success, but demands it. When you're hungry, you don't wait for the world to hand you opportunities, you create them. So ask yourself, what are you hungry for? Is it financial freedom, personal growth, stronger relationships, or a legacy that will outlive you? Whatever it is, let that hunger consume you. Let it drive every decision you make and every action you take. Because when you unleash the power of hunger, you become unstoppable. You turn dreams into goals, goals into plans, and plans into reality. Hunger is your fuel, your fire, and your power. And when you embrace it fully, there's nothing you can't achieve. Desires are where the journey begins. They're the seeds of our dreams, the things we yearn for deep inside, the life we envision, the goals we want to achieve, the person we aspire to become. But here's the truth, desires alone don't change your life. They're merely the starting point. A desire without a decision is just a wish, and wishes don't build empires, change destinies, or create legacies. It's decisions that turn desires into something tangible. Decisions ignite the engine of action, and action is what transforms your reality. The moment you decide, something shifts inside you. A real decision is powerful because it's final. There's no back door, no plan B, no second guessing. When you make a true decision, you cut off all other possibilities. That's where the word decide comes from, like cutting off an option. When you decide that something must happen, you create a new reality. Your mind stops wondering if and starts asking how. That shift in mindset is the beginning of transformation. Desires are easy. We all have them. We want to be healthier, wealthier, more fulfilled, or happier. But decisions are rare because they require commitment, and commitment is uncomfortable. A real decision demands that you take responsibility for your life. It forces you to stop blaming circumstances, other people, or the past. It's saying, this is what I want, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get it. Think about the people who achieve greatness. What separates them isn't talent, luck, or even resources. It's their ability to decide. They decide to commit when others hesitate. They decide to take risks when others play it safe. They decide to keep moving forward when others give up. Their success isn't the result of chance, it's the result of a series of powerful decisions, each one made with clarity and conviction. The beauty of a decision is that it instantly gives your life direction. Until you decide, you're stuck in limbo. You can't move forward because you're weighed down by indecision and doubt. But the moment you decide, your focus sharpens and your energy aligns with your goal. It's as if the entire universe begins to conspire in your favor, opening doors, presenting opportunities, and guiding you toward your vision. Decisions are not about having all the answers. You don't need to know every step of the journey when you decide. You simply need to commit to the destination. The details will unfold as you take action. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions to make a decision. But perfection is a myth. And waiting is just another form of procrastination. The only perfect moment to decide is now. Decisions aren't always easy. They require courage because they often come with risk, uncertainty, and sacrifice. But the pain of indecision is far greater than the discomfort of making a bold choice. Indecision keeps you stuck, while decision sets you free. Each decision you make is a step closer to the life you want. So what will you decide today? What desire are you ready to turn into a decision? Because that's where your power lies. It's not in wishing for a better future, but in deciding to create it. Desires spark the dream, but decisions make it real. When you decide, you declare to yourself and the world, this is who I am and this is the life I will build, and in that moment, everything begins to chant. Fear is the invisible barrier that stands between you and the life you want. It whispers in your ear, convincing you to play it safe, to stay in your comfort zone, to avoid risks and uncertainties. But here's the truth: fear is not your enemy. Fear is a signal, a guide, and a catalyst for growth. The key to transforming your life is not to avoid fear, but to face it, embrace it, and use it as fuel to propel you forward. We often treat fear as if it's a wall we can't climb, but fear is just an illusion, a story we tell ourselves about what might happen if we step out of line. Most of the things we fear never come to pass, and even when they do, they are rarely as devastating as we imagine. Fear magnifies the unknown and distorts reality, keeping us chained to mediocrity. But if you look closely, fear is a doorway, not a dead end. On the other side of fear lies your greatest potential. Fear serves a purpose. It's hardwired into us to protect us from danger, to keep us alive. But in modern life, fear often shows up not in life-threatening situations, but in moments where we're on the verge of change. It's that knot in your stomach when you consider starting a new career, that hesitation before speaking your mind, that voice in your head telling you, what if you fail? Fear isn't stopping you because you're incapable. It's showing up because you're about to step into the unknown. It's a sign that you're growing. The challenge is that most people see fear as a stop sign. They feel fear and freeze, interpreting it as a reason not to move forward. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if fear was actually a green light, a signal that you're on the brink of something significant? Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action in spite of it. It's feeling the fear, acknowledging it, and choosing to move forward anyway. Every successful person you admire has faced fear. They've stood in the same place you might be standing now, unsure, uncertain, and scared. But they didn't let fear dictate their choices. They took the leap, not because they weren't afraid, but because they knew that staying where they were was even scarier. The pain of regret, the thought of looking back and wondering what if, is far greater than the discomfort of facing fear head on. Fear loses its power the moment you confront it. When you step toward what scares you, you realize that fear is just an emotion. It's temporary, it's manageable, and it doesn't have to control you. The more you face your fears, the more confidence you build. You start to trust yourself, to believe in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Each time you break through fear, you expand your comfort zone and open yourself to new possibilities. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to lead your life. The goal isn't to eliminate fear, it's to learn how to dance with it. Instead of running from fear, run toward it. Use it as a tool to uncover your strength, your resilience, and your courage. Fear is a teacher, and its lesson is this: you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So what fear is holding you back right now? What dream, goal, or challenge are you avoiding because fear is standing in the way? Decide today to take one small step toward it. Because when you break through fear, you don't just achieve your goals, you discover a version of yourself you never knew existed. Fear is not the end of your journey, it's the beginning of your transformation. Momentum is the silent force that amplifies every action you take. It's the compounding effect of effort, consistency, and focus. When momentum is on your side, everything feels easier. Progress seems natural, obstacles shrink in significance, and the results you've been striving for begin to flow. But here's the thing about momentum, it doesn't just happen. You have to create it, and once it's in motion, you have to nurture and protect it. Momentum begins with a single step. It doesn't require you to know every detail of the journey or to achieve perfection from the start. It simply requires action. The smallest step can spark a ripple effect, setting off a chain reaction that builds over time. Too often, people wait for motivation to strike, thinking they need to feel ready before they act. But momentum works the opposite way. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. By taking that first step, no matter how small, you ignite the process of momentum, and with each successive step, you build confidence and clarity. Think of momentum like pushing a heavy boulder. At first, the effort feels immense. Every ounce of energy is needed just to get it to budge. But as the boulder begins to move, the resistance lessens. The more you push, the faster and smoother it rolls. That's the magic of momentum. It multiplies your efforts. The same principle applies in life. Starting may be hard, but once you've begun, staying in motion becomes easier. The key is to keep going, even when progress feels slow or insignificant. Small actions, repeated consistently, lead to massive outcomes. Momentum thrives on consistency, not perfection. You don't have to get it all right on day one. Mistakes are part of the process, and progress doesn't have to be linear. What matters is that you keep showing up. Each day, do something no matter how small that moves you closer to your goals. These actions compound over time, creating a wave of momentum that becomes unstoppable. The beauty of momentum is that it builds energy. When you're in motion, you feel a sense of purpose and direction. That energy fuels further action, creating a positive feedback loop. You start to see results, and those results reinforce your efforts, driving you to continue. The cycle feeds itself, turning small wins into big victories. This is why starting even imperfectly is so critical. Without action, there's no momentum, and without momentum, progress stalls. But momentum isn't just about moving forward. It's also about staying in motion when challenges arise. Life will throw obstacles in your path, and setbacks are inevitable. Momentum doesn't mean avoiding difficulties, it means having the resilience to push through them. Each time you overcome an obstacle, your momentum grows stronger. You prove to yourself that you can handle adversity, and that belief fuels your determination to keep going. There's also a mental aspect to momentum. The more you achieve, the more your mind aligns with success. Momentum rewires your brain to expect progress, to see possibilities instead of limitations. It shifts your identity from someone who tries to someone who does. That mental shift is transformative. It changes not just what you do, but who you are. To create momentum, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Stop waiting for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. The act of starting, however small, is the catalyst for everything that follows. And once you're in motion, protect your momentum. Stay consistent, focus on progress over perfection, and keep your eyes on the goal. Momentum is your ally in achieving anything you desire. It amplifies your efforts, shortens the distance between where you are and where you want to be, and creates a flow that makes success feel inevitable. Start small, stay consistent, and let the power of momentum carry you to heights you never thought possible. Challenges are an inevitable part of life. They show up when we least expect them, disrupting our plans, testing our patience, and often shaking our confidence. But challenges are not the enemy. They are opportunities in disguise, the very experiences that shape us into stronger, wiser, and more resilient versions of ourselves. If you embrace challenges instead of avoiding them, they can become the catalyst for your greatest growth and achievement. Think back to any significant accomplishment in your life. Was it handed to you on a silver platter? Or did it require effort, perseverance, and a willingness to confront adversity? Chances are it was the latter. Challenges push us out of our comfort zones, forcing us to confront what we're truly capable of. Without challenges, there is no growth. We stagnate, living the same day, week, or year on repeat. It's the difficulties we face that compel us to dig deeper, to find solutions, and to uncover strengths we didn't even know we had. The initial reaction to a challenge is often resistance. It's natural to feel frustrated, overwhelmed, or even defeated when things don't go as planned. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if, instead of seeing a challenge as a problem, you saw it as a stepping stone? Every challenge carries within it a lesson, a chance to refine your skills, and an opportunity to grow. Challenges are life's way of preparing you for something greater. They break down the old version of you and rebuild you stronger, more capable, and ready for the next level. Challenges also teach us resilience. They force us to face discomfort, uncertainty, and even failure, and in doing so, they build mental and emotional toughness. When you overcome one challenge, you develop the confidence to tackle the next. Each victory, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in yourself. You start to realize that you are stronger than your circumstances, that no obstacle is too great to overcome. Some of the greatest innovations and breakthroughs in history were born out of challenges. When faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles, people have found creative solutions, turned setbacks into comebacks, and achieved the extraordinary. Why? Because challenges spark innovation. They force us to think differently, to question old assumptions, and to explore new possibilities. When you embrace challenges, you open the door to creativity and resourcefulness. It's also important to recognize that challenges reveal who we truly are. It's easy to stay positive and motivated when everything is going smoothly. But how do you respond when things get tough? Do you give up, or do you rise to the occasion? Your response to challenges defines your character. It's in those moments of struggle that your true potential is revealed. The key to embracing challenges is to see them as temporary. No challenge lasts forever, and every difficulty you face has an end. When you adopt this mindset, you stop feeling trapped by your circumstances and start seeing the bigger picture. You understand that the pain, effort, and sacrifice are part of a process that leads to something greater. Challenges are not just obstacles, they are opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become more than you were before. They are the training ground for success, the fire that forges resilience and strength. When you stop fearing challenges and start embracing them, you unlock a new level of power within yourself. So the next time life throws a challenge your way, don't shrink back. Step forward, face it head on. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Because when you embrace challenges, you don't just overcome, you transform because of them. They become the catalyst for your evolution, and through them you create a life that is not just successful but truly extraordinary. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. It's the force that transforms your vision into tangible results, turning ideas into achievements and goals into milestones. Without action, even the grandest dreams remain just that, dreams. But it's not just about taking action, it's about taking relentless action. The kind of action that doesn't stop when things get hard, when the road gets bumpy, or when the results don't come as quickly as you'd hoped. Relentless action is what separates those who succeed from those who settle. Many people get stuck in the trap of overthinking. They spend so much time planning, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment that they never actually start. But perfection is a myth, and waiting only delays progress. The truth is, the best way to figure things out is to start moving. Action creates clarity. When you take that first step, you learn, you adjust, and you grow. You begin to see possibilities you couldn't have imagined when you were standing still. Relentless action requires a mindset shift. It's about committing to the process, not just the outcome. It's easy to take action when you feel motivated, when things are going well, and when success feels within reach. But true relentlessness means showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress feels slow, and even when you face setbacks. It's the decision to keep going, no matter what, because you believe in the destination and in your ability to get there. The beauty of relentless action is that it builds momentum. With each step you take, you gain confidence. With each small win, you reinforce your belief that you're capable of achieving your goals. Action creates a positive feedback loop. The more you do, the more you accomplish, and the more motivated you become to keep going. It's a self-sustaining cycle of progress and growth. Taking relentless action also means embracing imperfection. You don't have to get it right every time, you just have to keep moving. Every mistake is a lesson, every failure a stepping stone. Relentless action turns failures into feedback, setbacks into opportunities, and challenges into growth. It's not about avoiding obstacles, but using them as fuel to push yourself even harder. Another key to relentless action is focus. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your goals. But taking action requires discipline. It means saying no to what doesn't serve you and channeling your energy into what truly matters. Relentless action isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things consistently and with intention. Relentless action also means pushing past limits, both real and perceived. Your mind will try to convince you to stop, to take it easy, to settle for less. But those moments of resistance are where growth happens. When you push through the discomfort, you expand your capacity and prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Ultimately, relentless action is about taking ownership of your life. It's about refusing to let circumstances, doubts, or fears dictate your path. It's the unwavering belief that you have the power to create the life you want and the determination to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So what action will you take today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because the life you want isn't waiting for you, it's waiting for your action. Take the step, no matter how small. Then take another, and another. When you commit to relentless action, you become unstoppable. You turn your dreams into reality one step at a time. And in the process, you discover a strength, resilience, and power within yourself that you never knew existed. Relentless action is the key to unlocking the extraordinary.